Hey guys, welcome back once again to Whiskey 3 Charlie Tango, W3CT, your good old friend Jack. Today we're going to be out here and I got to do a little bit of repairing on that antenna I showed you from using that new rope that I showed you a few videos ago. So I'm going to have to do some antenna repair and let's talk about it and get started right after this. Okay guys, so being that my wife is home today and somebody can help me with this pipe because it gets quite heavy, and she's going to help me to hold the ground. I know I pointed and you couldn't see, but here, let's take a look. So she's going to put her foot right there, so I got to undo my mounts here and there, drop this down, take the bad pipe out, and hopefully get two pipes up there is my goal today. So I'm going to raise it a little higher. Not that I don't know if it's going to help anything or not, but that's the goal. So, but I am going to dig this down a little deeper here, because if you see where this bent right here, let me try to show you without the light in it there. I'll try to show you here. That top doesn't work anymore. If you see right there where it bent, right at that mount. So I'm going to dig it down so I can get the mount to be mounted up there instead of right there, is what I think. If you can hear me up there, so I don't have my microphone on, you know how that goes. But all right, so I'm going to go get the ladder out, get some wrenches, drop the wire down there so we can get started. Okay guys, well, get some light here with the help of my wife, who doesn't want to be on camera. I actually added 5 feet to the mast. Since I had it in the garage anyway, I figured I might as well use it. And it's a lot straighter. Here, let's take a look. Don't want to get the wife in there. See, so it's a lot straighter now. At some point we actually dug it in the ground here, so it's actually gone in the ground now by probably a good foot and a half, I guess. It's in the ground. Double ground rods. Yeah. Alright. All that's left now is to get the other side here, the wire up into, well, it's in the tree. I just got to tighten everything up, but I'm trying not to get my wife in the shot here, so I'll turn the camera this way. Okay. So, again, this is cut for 40 meters. So, you know, I was going to buy the 80 meter. I was like, oh, it'll be too long, I'll never fit it. I could have made it work, but anyway, so that's a 40 meter. All right, so let me go get the other components I purchased here, and I'm going to show you a trick that I learned by going to field day. Guys, if you don't go to field day, go, man. If nothing else, if you don't even want to operate, just talk to the other hams, man. There's so much knowledge, so much information. So I'm going to go ahead and get the other components here, and I'm going to show you how we're going to set this up so we never put stress on this line again. And I'm going to talk about that in just a second here. I think I told you before, but we're going to talk about it again, so I think it's really important. All right guys, I know it's a little dark down here because I'm basically in the woods. So I'm going to show you my mistake I did before, and I really want to thank Nate from the club. I can't remember your call sign, I'm sorry, and Tom, N3WS. We sat and we talked for a while, and they said, well, I told them that pipe bent that night in the storm. They said, well, wait a minute. You have your rope going through the trees, right? And I said, yeah, I got to go through the trees. Okay. They said, well, that's great, Jack. But they said, as the trees move, it's putting pressure, okay? And if you have no way to relieve that pressure, something has to give. The tree's not going to give. It's pretty thick, okay? So that pipe gave. That's why that pipe bent. And this is why right here. You see that thing right there? Right there? I had it tied to that stationary post. That post ain't moving. That's been in there for decades, man. So what we're doing now is we're changing up, and we'll put a spring in line, and then what we want to do is even a little bit more. We're just going to wrap it around this brick. That way, as the spring gives a little tension, okay, a little flex in the line, the brick can actually move around too because it's not stationary. So I'm going to try to tighten this antenna up this way and pull the wire back up. and get her back up in the air. So yeah, I went down to a local hardware store. This thing cost me maybe $1. So is all the spring cost. I hope it's going to hold up. I mean, if it doesn't, it's $1. It's experiments, but thanks again to Nate and to Tom about using the brick and not tying off to a stationary object. The spring is just a little bit of extra cushion. Okay, let me get this set up. Okay guys, so I feel 100% better about this setup here. So I got my spring tied in line there, okay? So I got that shock absorber. Then I didn't even tie the rope off on the brick. I just wrapped it around that brick several, like probably 15 times or so. So it's so hot out here, my hat's sweat. My hat's sweating. But yeah, so the wire's up there pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I hope it's going to work a little better. Like I said, it's up 5 more feet. So I got it more up to the tip of my house up there instead of being behind that eave. So who knows? I mean, radiation patterns, guys, who knows where it's going, right? But all right, I just wanted to show you the repair job here and what I had to do. The piece of pipe that bent at the connector, I was able to actually pretty much unbend it. I didn't use it though. And that pipe, guys, you know, I want to tell you guys about that pipe up there. So first of all, it's an 1.25 inch pipe. I wouldn't suggest buying that. I just ordered some pipe for a project. When it comes in, I'll tell you guys about it because it's a local company. They're here in Cambridge, Pennsylvania is where they're located. Make sure I get the pipe first. But they have so many different types of pipe, and you know, they even have inch and a half pipe like this instead of 1.25 inch. I think it'd be a lot better for antennas if you're putting something up like this. I jumped the gun on this pipe. I bought it from Amazon. I mean, it's an 1.25 inch pipe, like I said. I bought it for maybe $9 or $10 a section, and I bought I think it was 6 sections is what I purchased. That's how I planned on having it. Right now, with that pipe being bent, it's actually at 5 sections. So 5 times 5, 25 feet up. So I couldn't pick 30 feet up anyway. I tried when I originally put it up there. But I'm happy I got the extra pipe on there. Anyway, let's get back to it. So I paid $9 or $10 a section. And I'll put a link in the description below because I want you guys to click on it, see what the price is right now. The last time I looked the other day, it's $25 a section. Now, is that the whole tariff thing? I don't know where this pipe comes from or originates from. I thought it was all U.S. made. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that's just crazy, man. $9 or $10 a section to $25 a section. So I'm glad I bought it early. And but like I said, if this other pipe company works out, I'm going to tell you guys about it because they sell all different thickness of walls, galvanized steel pipe, and they sell all different diameters of thickness of the pipe. And they also have pipes like this that actually slide together. So let's make sure I get it. It looks like a really good company. And you know, whenever I buy on eBay from the eBay store, it was confirmed they got my money. So I'm just going to wait for the pipe, and we'll talk about that project later on. So guys, anything to do now is just hook it up and see how it works. I'm sure it's going to work pretty much like it did before because an extra 5 feet on an EdFed half wave, who knows? Like I said, it's a little higher. But think about the radiation patterns and the way these antennas receive. Who knows how it's going to work out. Thanks for watching this episode. I hope it helps you guys if something like this happens. By all means, you know, if you're running wire antennas, guys, don't do what I do. Don't do what I did. Don't tie it off to a stationary point. You know, buy yourself a spring. Go to a hardware store. Find some kind of spring. These are pretty sturdy. I mean, there's a lot of shock absorber in there. And pull on a brick. Not a stationary object. Jack, that was so dumb. That right there is my spare rope for testing antennas. Alright guys, thanks for watching this episode. This is Whiskey 3 Charlie Tango, W3CT, your good old friend Jack. Guys, thanks for subscribing. A lot of you have. A lot of you still aren't. A lot of you watch these videos, like 85%, 90% people aren't subscribed. You know? Click that subscribe button. It's not going to hurt a thing. It's not going to cost you anything. And give this video a big old thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. Until next time, this is my ham radio journey. Hope to catch you guys on the airways. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next video.